Hey guys, and welcome back to Monko, where a lot of shit ensues, but today I'll be talking about a Pop Tart because of course I will. That's just kind of a theme for this channel, is video games and Pop Tarts and you know, all that type of shit. But today we're actually going to be talking about a Pop Tart that was supposed to come out a few months ago, but honestly I haven't seen it up until recently. But today we're talking about Pop Tarts, specifically though the frosted chocolatey chip pancake variety that was supposed to come out in September, but honestly I didn't see it coming out in September. I just saw it recently. It's currently the end of December. These were supposed to come to Walmart first, but I never saw them at Walmart first. I did see the strawberry milkshake, and we did talk about the strawberry milkshake, but these were supposed to, I think, come along with the strawberry milkshakes, but I never saw them anywhere. But I didn't see these at Walmart, and honestly I haven't seen these like anywhere. Target, nowhere. I gotta shout out Kroger per usual, because I found these at Kroger. This box here, the 8-pack, was $2.99 at Kroger, so of course shout out to Kroger. They seem to be on top of their shit while Walmart isn't, but that's not a very big surprise. But 2 pastries of frosted chocolatey chip pancake Pop Tarts is 390 calories, putting it as the second highest in the Pop Tarts, right behind brown sugar cinnamon, I believe. There may be one that's higher, but if there is, I forgot about it completely. But the long and the short of my opinion on frosted chocolatey chip Pop Tarts is, you know, they're pretty good, to be honest. They're pretty decent. They're nothing too crazy or amazing, or they're not what I would call bangers, to be honest, but honestly they're still pretty decent Pop Tarts nonetheless. These will be, I believe, phasing out the Eggo Pop Tarts and taking over in their place. I don't know if they're the best replacement, but they're still pretty decent nonetheless, but we'll get into that. This is what one chocolatey chip pancake looks like. As you can see, it's got the crust, it's got the frosting that's like the exact same color as the pastry, so it's kind of hard to see, to be honest, and then you have those little sprinkles on top, and then that's what the inside looks like. As you can see, not a whole lot to see. You're supposed to actually have like chocolate chips in there, or like the sprinkles that are also laced within the frosting, but honestly you don't really see any in that cut, to be honest. But they are supposed to be in there nonetheless, but obviously you can't see them because in that particular instance they're not there. But speaking on the flavor of the chocolate chip pancake Pop Tarts, which is really hard to say, I don't know why, chocolate chip pancake. Well, we'll start with the pastry first, which honestly the pastry just tastes like a standard Pop Tart pastry. Kind of weird that they went with that option, that they just went with a plain crust and didn't try to do anything fun with it, but nonetheless the crust just tastes like a standard Pop Tart crust. I can't even say that there's like a slight difference or it tastes something like a pancake, because honestly it just tastes like a standard Pop Tart crust. They could have done something cool with it, which is kind of disappointing that they didn't, but nonetheless it's a standard Pop Tart crust, so you kind of know what you're getting yourself into there. The frosting and filling is where this Pop Tart really actually kind of gets interesting. Now I'm not sure which one's the chocolate flavor and which one's the kind of maple pancakey flavor. I believe I have them separated out to the frosting being the chocolate flavor and the filling being kind of that maple pancake flavor that they're aiming for. But the sprinkles on top and the sprinkles embedded inside really don't impart any sort of flavor within them. They're not chocolate chips as far as I know, or apparently maybe they are, because it says semi-sweet chocolate chips on the ingredients list, so maybe there's chocolate chips in there, but I really couldn't tell. Maybe that imparts some chocolate flavor, but I figured that mainly the chocolate flavor might have been coming from the frosting. Otherwise, if the frosting is a maple flavor as well, then the chocolate flavor is coming from those chocolate chips. But nonetheless, these sprinkles on top are just sprinkles, and they add just a nice texture and really nothing else. Now the flavor that you get from the frosting and filling is a chocolate and maple flavor, but neither of them are really all that heavy, to be honest. The chocolate flavor is pretty light, and the maple flavor is nowhere near as heavy as the Eggo was. It's actually a pretty moderate maple flavor, so it's nothing like over the top crazy like the Eggo was, but at the same time it's kind of on the lighter side in terms of the maple flavor, which isn't bad, to be honest. But I also kind of like the overwhelming maple within the Eggo, so kind of having the lighter flavor wasn't my personal pick, but that's just a personal opinion. The maple flavor is a decent amount lighter than the Eggo and doesn't taste as artificial really as the Eggo, which might be a good thing as well. But as well, the chocolate flavor really isn't all that crazy either. You definitely do pick up on it and notice, but it's definitely not all that heavy, and it's not like a crazy like chocoholic flavor, to be honest. It's a decently light chocolate flavor. But with that said, both flavors are decently light, which could be considered kind of disappointing, to be honest. The maple definitely is present and the chocolate is there, but they are both very light flavors. So for someone like me who really likes strong flavors and like very in-your-face flavors, this is kind of underwhelming because both of those flavors are pretty light, but they still nonetheless are there. You do notice them, and it's not a bad flavor either. But my overall opinion on chocolate chip pancakes Pop Tarts is that they're pretty good, to be honest. In my opinion, they're nothing crazy. I still think I like the strawberry milkshake ones more, just because they have more of a upfront flavor than these do, and the fact that they kind of went with a standard Pop Tart crust instead of going out there and doing something something different was kind of disappointing, but they're still pretty decent Pop-Tarts nonetheless. They're definitely not terrible. I do like them. They're just nothing crazy, but I would recommend if you do see them that you should try them. They're nothing too crazy, but they're still worth trying nonetheless, in my opinion. But thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you. Stay chill.